My name's Spenser Benge. I'm an attorney here at Beam and Hefner Benge. I do primarily estate planning and probate administration.
Where did you grow up, Spenser?
I grew up here in Anderson and went to school down in Bloomington and then in Indianapolis for law school.
What year did you graduate high school and law school?
I graduated high school in 2008 from Highland High School. Graduated from Indiana University, undergraduate in 2013, and Indiana University for law school in 2016.
Tell me about your family. Are you married? Do you have children?
I'm married for 5 years now. I have two young boys and hopefully another one soon.
All right. And does your wife work?
My wife is a family doc down in Indianapolis. She works for Eskenazi Medical.
All right. And why did you become a lawyer?
So I became a lawyer, started practicing law because I wanted to help people. And that's sort of what we do here. We try to help people get their affairs in order and protect what they have.
Okay. And what area of law do you focus in, or what is your primary focus at this time?
My practice is primarily in estate planning and probate administration.
Okay. What does that mean to somebody that doesn't understand? What's that mean to an average person? What do you do?
So probate is what happens when someone passes and they have done their estate planning primarily through a will. There's a case that's opened with the county court where they passed, and that is sort of how everything gets transferred from their name into the names of their loved ones.
What if somebody does not have a will and they pass away? Who decides where the money goes, where their assets go?
So if you don't have a will, your assets are going to be passed how the government decides. So you haven't made a plan for where you want everything to go, so the government steps in and distributes what you've owned.
Are there ways that you can protect someone's assets from taxes and government and probate and other protect the assets for the loved ones, for the family?
So what we're able to do here, what we do for our clients, is to protect what you've worked hard to earn, to make sure it goes where you want it to go to your loved ones, and to make sure that it gets there in the most cost-effective and efficient way possible.
So you're going to help individuals plan for the end of their life. So is there a way to make it easier for their family?
So it's certainly not something that everybody wants to think about their passing. But if you do some work now, if you make a plan now, it's going to make it that much easier on your loved ones when you pass, and really sort of ease the burden of dealing with everything that you own.
If things change, if I come to you and have a will completed and some other end-of-life documents, power of attorneys, a trust, healthcare directive, if things change in my life, can you change those after I've made those documents?
So you can always change what you've done estate planning wise. If you have things that you want to change as time goes on, if your life circumstances change, if your assets change, you can always come back and we can rework your plan to make sure that it meets your needs over time.
Is there a way that I could protect assets from the government, or say I get sick and I'm gonna have to get extended care? Is there a way I can set over my assets to my family to avoid it all going to a healthcare facility, or is that possible?
So Medicaid, Medicare, long-term care issues are really sort of prevalent now, a thing that a lot of people are thinking about. So you want to make sure that you plan ahead of time to avoid issues down the road and try to protect what you have from being sort of taken off into the government's reimbursement.
I heard there's a 5-year look back to where if I haven't, if assets were moved in the past 5 years, that the government could get those. Is there a time period that I have to do this prior to protect those assets?
So typically, if you're in a situation where you now need long-term care for a medical reason, and you're going to need Medicaid, Medicare to pay for that, typically there is a 5-year clawback or look-back period where the government, Medicaid, Medicare would look back 5 years to assets you've owned to try to recoup what they pay out for you for your long-term care. So that's one of the reasons why it's important to get started early on some of your planning to try to avoid some of that if you can.